Well, it's time again for me to show you around the Terra 1912 server and give you a little bit of a showcase tour of what the group has been up to over the last few weeks or so. Okay, so we're starting things off here in the very white Whiteburg. It shouldn't stay this way for long. We are here at Wilverley Square, which is our version of Trafalgar Square. Now, around me you're seeing lots and lots of white wool, and this is placed here as a massing exercise. I have been through this in the past, and what this means is I'm trying to figure out exactly how this part of Whiteburg should look. So I thought I'd start off today's video with a little bit of planning, because I've been on recently and I've been trying to build my train station again. This is Whiteburg Central Station, also known as Burr Street Station, and it's been sitting here for a very long time, over a year, waiting to be built. I finally figured out exactly how I wish to build it now. And that involves building a second train station next to it. This here will eventually become Linter Street train station, which is named after this road here, Linter Street, which is going to have a bridge at the end of it. And not just a bridge, it's also going to have a skyscraper at the end. Well, a building that's going to be very tall, and it's going to try and mimic how the steeple looks at this distance. Again, this is just all massing exercises at the moment. Eventually, I will discover what I wish to make all these buildings look like. Not just yet. No, I want to build the train station and the road first. So over this weekend, I think I'm going to sit down and attempt to finally do it. And by do it, I mean at least plan some tracks out. So what we've got going on here is my first idea of what I want the main platforms that terminate from Linford look like. So recently I've kind of decided I need to lower it all down, because Goblin has built himself a train station, which it's not on the list, so I can't show you it, but I know that it's an underground station-ish. It's exposed at the roof, which is how this is going to be, and it's situated at minus 10 blocks down in the ground. What that means is this station and that station kind of have to be connected by a train track, which is kind of how railways work. But you want to try and keep your railway as flat as possible. Now, level changes across railways is fine, as long as it's across a long distance, and there is a fair bit of distance between us here. So I've decided to have the station here at, as you saw, 0 blocks, so we need to lose 10 meters or 10 blocks as we go towards Goblin Station. Eventually, what's going to happen is all of this is going to go on down, 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 even further down, and it eventually goes around about here, I reckon, into a tunnel portal. And through that tunnel, it travels under the Royal College here, which we saw in the last server update tour, and onwards through Linford until it arrives back over the River Avon and onwards into Goblin's train station, which is over there. Now, he hasn't wanted me to show it off yet, so I won't, just as a courtesy to Goblin, but you can see I'm excited to try and finally get our two cities, well, try and get two parts of the same city together, and we will do it soon. I just thought I wanted to, show you guys a little bit of planning first before we really kick things off with having a look at some beautiful builds. So, without further ado, let's go to our first location that actually has been built. Let's go see Vienna. Welcome to Vienna, built by Solar, or being built by Solar currently. Look at that gorgeous building in front of us. If you recognise that building, that's because it's been featured in the 100 tallest buildings of Terra 1912 video and the poster. This is St. Stephen's Dom, also known as St. Stephen's Cathedral. And it is a gorgeous building that we'll have a look at again in a moment. Just want to read you a little blurb that Solar has written for me. So Solar has said, after starting the project in October 2023, I'm ready to show off the beginnings of my Vienna project. This project will be an interpretation of Vienna where the pressures of industrialization and imperialism did not cause the city to expand and demolish the walls. There are 3 significant buildings to show off. So number 1 is the St. Stephen's Cathedral, St. Stephen's Dom, featuring an interior, so we'll have a look around that. Number 2 is the Archdiocese residence, and number 3 is the Vienna chapter house of the Teutonic Order, with an interior courtyard reachable from the left side of the southern facade. Together, the structures from the south portion of St. Stephen's Square, St. Stephen's Platz, are also there. Okay, so in front of me we have St. Stephen's Cathedral. I believe this one here is the Archdiocese house. Wow. So the Bishop of Vienna, is that how that works? That's a gorgeous building. And Solar, as always, you enjoy the arduous challenge of actually building on diagonals. I was trying to think of the exact words for that. The torture, I was going to say. The torturous challenge of building on diagonals. It does work very well, though. Adds some more details to it. Helps enhance a few details as well. Like these little statues down here, always looking good. We've got some little windows around the base as well. That's a nice little detail for them. I was interested by this. There's a little shop over here, I imagine, and there's some glow lighting up there being used as a sign. But before we put it off for too long, let's go have a look at this amazing cathedral. So Solar has toiled across this one. He has developed new styles for building and adding colour and details. In the real world, this building in Vienna does have this polychromatic roof with varying degrees of colour. So here we've got the greens coming through with the use of drip leaf and vines, I think? Or is that a section of melon stem? No, it's big drip leaf, but it's been debugged to only allow the bottom piece. I'm being very careful not to touch any of this because I do not want to break any of the debugging, but I'm now carrying a big drip leaf. Let's throw that down. The yellows come through as a use of coral, which coral fans haven't been dead. And there's even beehives in here, I didn't notice until just then, which help add that little bit of gold behind some of that black stone detailing there. This roof is beautiful, but this isn't even the best side of the roof. If we come round to this side... Oh. Where is it? Is there not a... No, I know where it is. Right, if we come round this side, look at that. The crest of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire. The two-headed eagle with a crest in the middle. Now, in real life, this picture exists, this view exists, and Solar has done a comparison over on his Instagram. If you wish to go see how that looks, then please do follow Solar on Instagram. I believe his links are actually in the description below, along with all of our builders who actively have a social media account. Well, still, that's beautiful. We haven't even looked, that's the roof, we haven't even looked at the building itself. There are so many details going on now. Around the front, look at that, it's gorgeous. The colours in here. So we've got a sandstone mixed in with the stripped mushroom block, along with copper, no, what's this, copper ore or iron ore, to act as a little fleck of detail through there. So you've still got that beige sort of colour, pale beige is what I just called it. The pale beige colour going through there, but in the form of a slight grey. Windows are really well done, bit of depth in there as well, just helps bring that through. And we've got no big rose window on this one, but we've got these smaller little ones around the base here. Good use of levers and lecterns there. Now I am avoiding going inside just yet because I want to see all the bits out here. So Solar has developed a way of using a noise type graph within the fast async welder that we have on here to allow noise to produce a texture pattern. I'm sure Solar can describe in the comments better than I can describe here because I don't fully understand it, but it's a way of using a noise pattern which are developed by mathematical calculations to generate colours based on that shape. And in doing so, you can bring out a bit more of a natural looking wear. And that's why there's all of this grey going through. And it looks like it's hand textured, but it wasn't. Maybe originally it was, but Solar developed a way of doing it. Clock faces are nice. And up into the steeple and all the way up to the top. Heavy details through here. And bamboo has been used up here for the bit of gold. That works very well, I believe, actually. All nice stuff. Right, shall we have a little look inside? Already I can just feel the grandeur in here. So it's a little bit dark, but I think that's okay. Oh my god. Exactly as you should exclaim when walking into a cathedral to the Holy Father. The windows are letting in just enough light to bring through the essence of just astounding grandeur. We've got small little sections off of here, a little chapel based around some form of worship. And we've got a few little solar rays coming through the windows up there. Bathe me in light. Let's wander on down to the altar, which looks to be quite well detailed down here. So this is a form of Baroque, like a German Baroque, I would say. Can I get a torch out? I found myself a lantern. We can see down the pews. I have just tried night vision. It doesn't work very well in shaders, so we're going to stick with the gloom because it builds such atmosphere around here. And oh wow, I didn't realise there was stained glass around the back as well. nice little touch. The amethysts and the little flecks of coral through there really work well. So down here at the altar with the nice checkerboard floor, which is actually green and not black. Interesting. We have a whole host of details through here. Gorgeous stuff indeed. So are these heads meant to be these heads, or has something happened? Please report back in the comments. Right, well, let's leave the cathedral itself now. Oh, I didn't even see the roof. Oh, vaulted beauties you are. Right, anyway, out we go. Let's go see some other bits. So we've already kind of looked at the Archdiocese place. Now, behind St. Stephen's Church is the Teutonic Order's chapter house for Vienna. Now, let's have a little look at this building. Again, it's all angled? Is it all angled? No, there's one flat face here, which has a nice little, I suppose it's a bell tower? Maybe a Belvedere? Not sure. I like this. So a good little roof pediment in there. You've got yeah, it's very nice Baroque. It's an Austrian Baroque style, but I don't know much about Austrian or German Baroques, so it's not something I can divulge much information into. Definitely a style I'd like to learn more about. We haven't had any German stuff on here for years. If you remember Goose was the German one on here. He wasn't German, he was American, but he championed the German styles and the German Navy. Now, with the Austrian stuff, I'm sure Solar can become the champion of the German architecture. Oh, this is lovely. A nice... Oh, what is it? I suppose it's meant to be like a pagoda-styled ironwork balcony. And the leaves through here, the drip leaf stems, the colours, the green. Oh. But you get this view. Mamma mia! Beautiful stuff, Solar. Well, do you know what? That's been a nice little wander around here in the starting points of Vienna. Now, I can't wait to see where this goes over the next coming months. I know you've been working tirelessly on getting these details in and this style started. So good luck, Solar. I can't wait to see where it goes. Now, let us move on to another location. So there is soon to be released a map of the whole of Terra 1912, and that will include a few new areas you've never seen before. Actually, I may have a draft of it. Let me show you. So this is a work in progress map being designed and done by Sir Lancelot. So ignore a few missing details, including the entirety of United Lowlands. So we have over here the country of Whiteburg, Greater Whiteburg as it's known, due to the fact it has several dependents. We have the Isle of Whitesea down here. Then we have over here two other locations, which are Caledonia, which is our version of Scotland, and also our version of Wales, known here as Pembroke, located both on the western fringes of Whiteburg proper. There's a few other places on here that we can discuss later when this map's fully developed. I will do an entire video on lore for this map, never you fear. So anyway, we're over here in a little village, a large castle town, I don't know where we got little village from, of Conway. And that is what we're seeing here in game. A beautiful Welsh seaside town. Well, it's on the sea. It's on the northern Welsh coast in real life. But here, Krista, who's building this one, has built it on the southern coastline. And it works perfectly well. So we've got a few things to see here today. A little wander along the quayside here. And breathe in a few of these buildings. And then we also have the castle down there. Let me just change the sun around. So a whole host of buildings along here take the kind of vernacular style of the local stoneworking around Conway. I actually have been here in real life when it's on the north coast of Wales, and it's a lovely little town. Further down that way, now if Krista does end up building this, around about here is meant to be the UK's smallest building. So it'd be interesting to see if Krista does add that in there. I was going to do a video, like a bricks to blocks video, like years ago. Must have been 2021 I went to it. Wow. So we're going to wander on down to the castle, which you can see at the end there is violently overgrown. I was drawn to this place here. This looks very nice. And it's got the good use of walls here being debugged to allow the coining up the side. But I haven't seen a building using sort of deep slate as the building face itself for a while. I think it works well when you've got these darker slates throughout. Did I call it deep slate? Is it deep slate? It is deep slate. Sorry, I had a sudden thought it had a different name then. It did, didn't it? Oh, it was called Grimstone. Oh, what a blast from the past. Anyway, we can see down here we have a hustling, bustling little marketplace going on, and I think all of these rhubarb custard sweets lying around the place are actually meant to be placeholders for people, so that'd be cool to see them all in. But this is really nice. Like, we got little ships, little clippers out the front here. Oh, wow. I like this. This is a good vibe to the place. Krista, it's great to see you building again. You haven't been on for a little while, although you have been building some bits and bobs in the background, but I think Conway is definitely your prize at the moment. Oh, let's go. Some proper rugged old sailor down here fishing away. Missing a few teeth. Oh, that's cool. So the castle up on the end of the quay. Now this is a very large castle built, I believe, by Henry I of England. Let me have a look at my notes. So it was built in the 13th century, so about 1200s during the siege of Pembroke. And I forgot to mention actually, Shiro has been helping out Krista down here with the quayside stuff. What's really cool is we've got these two castle gates and one over there as well. And there's a big old wall that runs around the castle, so we'll eventually see that. But this, oh, is stunning. Oh, it's beautiful. So what you can see off to my left-hand side here will be a railway line, a railway bridge. And there actually, in real life, again, is a railway line that runs along the side of the castle over all of this. And there's like a castle kind of rampart-y bit here for the bridge. And this is going to go all the way off to the Isles of Douglas, where the capital Manx will be. And I think this is the workshop currently for for Krista, but this will be our version of the Isle of Man down here. So there will be an island nation just off the southwest of Whiteburg at some point in time. So let's wander around the castle via the castle gate this side. So up we go, lovely big portcullis through there, in this big drum. Oh, look at this. So many colours and details and foliage around the place. It has a real romantic feel about it, I would say. Let's follow up through here through another one of these gates. We come around this corner, we surmount onto a raised section as we're now ramping up into the castle itself. Beautiful. And the overgrownness of it really just adds, you know, to the fact that it's no longer a defensive castle. There is no need to defend, it's all part of one country. But it stands as a reminder that, you know, these big old brutal structures are now falling back into nature's hands. So we're here in the main courtyard. Ah, oh, it is beautiful. Wait, what's this? Climb the walls. Okay. Let's have a look through here. Oh, we can go up a ladder, right. Up on the walls we can see all of the towers around here and a glorious view across what will become the majority of the town. Can we go any higher up here? No, we can't go up into this tower, but we can fly up here. Stand on the roof. And again, you'll be able to see glorious views across what Krista has planned out behind here. I can't wait to see all of this. Now let's wander down the walls a little bit. Breathe in a bit more of this foliage. We're now stuck in the foliage. Is this where the walls end? No, we can go this way around. So I encourage those who feel that medieval stuff isn't relevant in the sort of builds we do here to rethink that. It's very relevant. It fits in well. It shows the old and how the new interacts with the old. In the same way that modern buildings interact with the old as well. So Krista, I can't wait to see where Conway goes in the next few months. Hopefully we can feature more of this next time round. So let's move on to our next location. So here we are in a Polish town on our server. This is the Polish town of Rzeszow. I think I've said that right. I've just listened to its pronunciation on a video. Now, Shiro has written here, have fun trying to pronounce the names. So he's built this here, the old market. And we've got lots of different stuff around here to see. We have the town hall, the monastery, and a couple of churches, one called the Church of the Holy Cross, and a few other buildings, but also a palace to see afterwards. So let's have a little wander around this square. I didn't even know when Shiro started this. It's quite immense already, and very impressive. Shiro, you do like to just get your mind set on something and just go with it, don't you? So for the square already, we have a kind of like a little hill up to it, and there's a few slabs being used here. I think slabs are good for trying to get that small gradient across places. Sometimes full blocks just do look a bit too much. We got some people wandering around the place. There's a lot of life through here. Some birds and stuff around there. I do love a good market. A market in Minecraft just really is probably the peak of of what you want to do. There's a man playing a piano here. Play us a song. You're the piano man. Thank you, Billy Joel. Is that Shiro, actually? No. So we're surmounted on all sides by buildings, and it really does have that Eastern European Polish feel about the place. Very well done. Very nice stuff. Oh, there's a man selling some fine china here. I do like how these buildings are very simply done. There's lots of detail in each of them, but none of them are overwhelming. And then we come down to what I believe is the old town hall, and this sits nicely here. You can see it's very old. That Shiro up there. Where's the balloons? You normally have your balloons with them. So it's on an angle, and we've got a red mangrove roof being used here, which I think is a very nice detail. Mangrove, in my eyes, mainly used for stainless steel. Not stainless steel, for wrought iron that's been painted, but that's more of an industrial thing that we do in Whiteburg. So we're getting some good sight lines through here. That's a beautiful church through there. We'll wander down that way in a second. I just wanted to see what else was around the market square, because there's so many details and ideas you can get from just having a look around the market. This is one of the best ways to build life into your cities. Designate a little area as a market square. It doesn't even have to be that big. Throw a few stools down, throw a few people around, swing a few cats, and you can really get yourself a nice little area. But this is perfect. Like, the scale of this place is walkable, and I feel like nothing's gigantically monumental. It's just a nice, small, complete town. So let's wander back down this little road here towards this church and just experience the small little town of Rzeszow. Is it Rzeszow? Rzeszow? Oh dear. I see it so many times written in the news. I'm just like, yeah, I think I know how to pronounce it. And then I had a look, and it was Rzeszow. I'm sure I've upset some Polish people out there. I do apologise. But I try my best at pronouncing things. I can barely speak English sometimes. So this is just a church tower down the end here, and we've got what looks to be another street off this way. This is cool. I like the way you've done this. So you kind of planned it out from the centre with a couple of roads coming down already and a couple of corner buildings on here, but you're making sight lines, which is probably one of the best ways to try and plan something out. So a quick little change of the sun round. We're going to walk down this road. That's a nice... I like that. You can see that from several different roads. And we have ourselves a church here. I'm not sure if Shiro was meant to send me a map, because he's numbered a few things, but the map isn't there. A lovely Polish Baroque church. Really strong details up for the centre. Reminds me of some of your work with Akira on the 10 churches of Newburgh. I like the colour schemes, good roofs, strong building. And there's a whole little courtyard. Okay, right, well, we won't fly up there. We'll go round and try and find our way in. Nice statues in the alcoves there. And then you've got these little hanging things from these trees. Mangrove propulate, which I suppose was part of the mangrove trees. I haven't really seen that before. Alright, let's wander into this little courtyard through here. Oh, we've got some nuns. I was never expecting to see nuns around here. Oh, hello, sister. Hello, sister. Oh, this is really nice. Good details. Good strong colourings. Pleasant. Very peaceful. And there's another little courtyard around this side as well. Well, Shiro, this town is coming together very nicely. It reminds me of your stuff you did with Brule. So I hope to see you grow this one a bit more as well. Let's go see your second location on this list, the Rzeszow Palace. Okay, so the final location on today's video list is the Rzeszow Palace, a small Baroque palace on the outskirts of Rzeszow. Or Rzeszow, I've forgotten how to say it now, and was built in 1718. It was renovated in 1880, which made it look like it does today. Fun fact, I was once there IRL. Well, sure, lovely fact there. It's always nice when you get a chance to go see some of the buildings you end up building. Helps you build a connection between yourself and what you've built in game. I know I've done it several times with a lot of the stuff I've built. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? A very compact little building. Oh, but this is a very manageable size of sort of palace. Oh, it is. It's just this sort of central block. I like that. A lovely garden, all set out properly. You can just stand here and look down all of the avenues as it fans out around you. Good sight lines. This is a very pleasant place. I feel at ease around here. Just walking up here, you've got the two fountains either side, big trees around. We've got some small bushes at the front. and then you're greeted with a very imposing but also compact building. Good details, good colours, and a little car. Now this is a 2x2 car. Sorry, a 2-block wide car, which is they're a bit hard to make sometimes, but they do turn out very nicely. Well, Shuro, this is beautiful. I can't wait to see how this sits in a wider landscape outside the town, and I hope you've been enjoying building it. So guys, there we have it. That is today's video from the Terra 1912 server. We'll be back soon with more from the builders, but until then, remember, get inspired, get building, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.